Hello and welcome to episode number 18 of WITM Season 5. And finally, here in our 18th episode, we finally have our first Tuesday night SmackDown live stream. Has a match on SmackDown Live, and it should be a treat because he's taking on the 20-year veteran, the man who celebrated WWE career 20-year anniversary last week on the Real Life SmackDown Live. A WWE career that began right here in my hometown of Erie, Pennsylvania, Jeff Hardy. So let's go ahead and get that match loading up. Gerald wrestles his first SmackDown Live match tonight.
We have a classic coming up. We have one of our breakout talents against an...
Alright, so as I mentioned before, Gerald making his SmackDown Live match. We have seen him from time to time on our pay-per-view streams. He participated in the WWE World Cup that was eventually won by WITM Orton in the first round, and then put up a good fight against the Big Show in round 2 before he was eventually defeated. And then we saw him at Survivor Series as well, where he was on the losing side for Team SmackDown, where he teamed up with his opponent tonight, Jeff Hardy. And with TLC just 2 weeks away, he is currently live here with a victory tonight. Let's get our matchup underway.
Yeah. The man on his own, abandoned the throne of approach across stainless.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Guys, we have two of WWE's most exciting superstars ready to square off here.
And there's nothing quite like seeing two superstars settling it in the ring in one-on-one action, Michael.
I peek the timeline behind him and see no highness as high as him. He reigns Lord, firearms are too short to aim for him. Call him extremist, he leaks Katrinas with his brainstorming. That's quite enormous, to say the least. Our God is a beast, his rap is the sound of a lion roaring. Since he's topped by none, I'm on hip-hop's front line, screaming from the top of my lungs. Our God!
Oh, man. The excitement level just went through the roof in this arena. One half of Team Extreme. The charismatic enigma about to grace the WWE Universe with his presence.
And his opponent from Cameron, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds, Jeff Hardy.
A true daredevil in every sense of the word, Jeff Hardy is immune to fear. Synonymous with tag team title reigns, a former United States champion, former World Heavyweight champion. And what's amazing to think about, guys, is that the career of Jeff Hardy started at just the young age of 16.
And there's the bell. This match is underway. Gerald finally gets an opportunity to compete on SmackDown Live. Can he possibly move up to the #1 contendership to Shelton Benjamin's United States Championship with the victory tonight over 20-year veteran Jeff Hardy? Hardy with an elbow straight to the leg of Gerald now forces him onto the ropes. Gerald is able to reverse and connects with a clothesline. Gerald forces Hardy to his feet, now into working hold position, and connects with a kick to the back.
Ooh, that hurt. Oh, a sharp one.
There's
right
a
to the cheekbone.
Clubbing blow to the head of Hardy and another kick to the back. Gerald again tries to go to work on the head of Hardy, but Hardy is able to reverse. Hardy goes for a cross body. Gerald evades. Now Gerald tries to force Hardy onto the ropes, but he's able to reverse with a series of elbows to the chest of Gerald. Gerald catches the leg and sends Hardy crashing into the ropes, and another kick to the back. There's an Irish whip into the corner.
A surprise reversal from Jeff Hardy.
And Hardy is able to evade, and this time he does connect with the crossbody.
But he's very aware of
Gerald
who
forced
he's in
to
there
his
with
feet.
and what he has to do.
There's an Irish whip into
He
the
just
corner.
has to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand for him. Sometimes
Hardy
momentum
forces
has a
Gerald
way of
up.
permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
Yeah, but if you count him out now,
And Hardy tries to go to work on the left arm of Gerald, but he's able to reverse with a series of blows from his right arm, and there's the signature maneuver, the big boot. We can see some of that damage onto the arm of Gerald. Gerald's going to take a moment to recover before he continues his attack following that big boot. Now he forces Hardy down to the canvas with a kick.
looking for an opening for that finisher.
Hardy is able to reverse before Gerald could
Just hit the
potentially
finisher,
use his
get
spear
the win,
finisher.
and get out of there.
There's an STO takedown. Gerald forces Hardy into working hold position, and will go for working hold, targeting the head of Hardy.
Anytime a superstar sees an opening for their finisher, they got to take it, as Byron was saying. Elongating the match not only gives
Gerald
your
thinking
opponent an
spear
opportunity
here
to
as he
get back in
heads
it,
closer
but
to the
you're also
corner.
running
Yes,
risk of
he
injury
is.
anytime you're in the ring
Going to make
longer
quick
than you
work
have
of the
to be.
charismatic Enigma, make a statement here
This is all but over.
in his return to SmackDown Live. Goes for cover, good position, center ring,
done fighting
and Gerald nearly
How in the
scored a
world?
pretty easy victory over the 20-year veteran Jeff Hardy, but Hardy powers out at about 2.5, and this match will continue. There's a
Unpredictable,
reversal by Hardy,
fearless,
shoving Gerald
and
aside.
never hesitant to sacrifice his own body to take down an opponent. Jeff Hardy embodies the
Hardy
spirit
looking for a power bomb.
Team
Gerald is able to reverse with a series of
I've been
punches to
lucky
the
enough
head.
Spend a lot of time with the Hardys
There's
since
a
they
kick
returned.
to the
and you can join
stomach
me
of
for an
Hardy.
exclusive interview on WWE
Gerald
Network.
with a
You
huge
can just tell by speaking with
DDT
Jeff
there
that
on
his fearless
similar
nature
to
comes from a
Drew
spirit with
McIntyre's
Oh boy, he is
Future Shock DDT. Now
And
goes
you
for
gotta get a
cover,
fall out of it.
and again
Still
Hardy's
in
going to
this.
power out at 2.
I want to expand on what was said about Jeff Hardy being fearless.
There's a punch to the head and a kick to the back, evaded by Hardy, who gets to his feet and forces Gerald onto his shoulders and plunges him down into the
then
canvas.
he becomes the
Now it's Jeff Hardy
charismatic
taking a
Enigma.
moment to
All right,
bide
let's be
his
totally
time and
honest.
recover.
Jeff Hardy's a maniac. He loves chasing
Gerald
the thrill of the next
allowed to get to
adrenaline
his
rush
feet,
with
only
Jeff
being
Hardy's
punched in the
gonna
back by
finish
Hardy. Hardy hits the twist of fate. Now he
Can
hits a
follow up
finisher
here?
of his
Has
own,
Jeff Hardy produced an
and
end
Hardy
result?
is again going to bide his time and allow Gerald to get to his
We may
feet.
very well be seeing the finisher here very shortly, guys, and when that happens, you can bet this
Hardy
one's going
takes
to
a
be
little
over.
bit too long to get
He's on
back
his
on the
heels.
attack, and Gerald is
I
able
wonder
to
if he
strike.
could recover
But
from
now
this,
Hardy
guys.
back on
He's
the
really starting to look
offense.
fatigued here, guys, and when that happens,
Hardy.
your whole body starts to give out on you. He's going to
Again has Gerald in powerbomb position. Again, Gerald is able to
For a moment,
reverse
which
with a
is
series of
pretty
punches.
impressive considering who he's in the
Here's
ring with.
Hardy.
A sickening thud as his body
This time
is
he
driven to the
will
mat.
connect with the power bomb and a kick to the back.
I think we're about
Hardy
to see a
looking to take
high-risk
flight.
move
Could
from
be
the
thinking
top
swanton here.
Jeff Hardy's looking to finish this.
There it is. Swanton bomb and good position. Center ring. Goes for cover.
rope. And there's the
And
kick.
Gerald powers out at 2.5. We have a good back and forth matchup here. Hardy thought that put Gerald away, but the referee says no, the match will continue.
Jeff Hardy's
Both men have been able to hit their finishers.
Victory is
Both
on
men
the
have seen
horizon.
their opponent power out of those finishers at 2.5.
coming together.
Oh,
Hardy
boy,
goes
he
for his
is
comeback
rolling.
sequence. This will score him a free signature maneuver.
And that was a hard shot,
If
Corey.
he's successful,
Yeah, you might
and
want
he
to think about
was.
throwing in the towel at this
Gerald forced to his feet. Hardy
There's no
again with the
recovering
twist of
from that.
fate and goes for
He
cover.
goes for the pin. 2.
And Jeff Hardy is going to pick up the victory following the twist of fate. Unfortunately, Gerald's first SmackDown Live match in
match
WIT
deserves another
Season
look,
5
folks.
will be a
That
loss
was just one of those matches that the men
by the
involved should
hands
just
of the
be proud
charismatic
to be a part
Enigma.
of. A
Jeff Hardy
legendary
and Gerald will
performance.
remain in last place in the WITM 5 rankings, just
I
behind
could watch
Corey, who's in
highlights of
fourth.
that one all night long. One of the great WWE matches I've ever been able to watch. That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance.
Jeff Hardy.
Wow, when you pick up a pinfall victory over somebody like that, you've done something right.
And folks, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry to tell you that you just missed one of the most exciting SmackDown matches in recent memory.
Alright, so unfortunately for Gerald, that's most likely going to put an end to the possibility of Gerald potentially getting a United States Championship match at TLC, as Gerald is going to fall
This next match
down
might
from
be
his
every
second
bit as
place
good as the
position.
last one. Singles match coming up next.
We'll find out in a few moments just how much further Gerald is going to fall down those U.S. title rankings. Gerald will likely still be eligible for a non-title match at TLC, however. In the WITM 5 rankings, Gerald is going to fall to a record of 9-17. Again, as I mentioned before, he is currently in 5th place, just behind the 4th placeman Corey. And what else has transpired so far on SmackDown Live prior to that matchup? We had a non-title matchup between the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. They defeated the Usos in non-title action. Then we had another non-title match. The SmackDown Women's Champion Sonya Deville, accompanied by her friend Mandy Rose, defeated Lana, accompanied by her husband Rusev. In our episode 18 matchup, Jeff Hardy picked up the victory over Gerald, basically dashing Gerald's hope of a U.S. title match at TLC. Next up, Shinsuke Nakamura picked up a victory over Rey Mysterio. A real-life rivalry being carried over to WITM. Our WWE Champion AJ Styles defeated by the real-life WWE Champion Daniel Bryan, who recently turned heel in real life and turned on AJ Styles. And in the main event, the women are going to get an opportunity to shine in the main event. It's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore matchup. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. And Asuka is going to pick up the victory. And how does that affect the rankings on SmackDown Live? Let's find out. Starting with the SmackDown women. Sonya Deville defeated Lana. That was a non-title matchup. Deville remains champion, and Lana falls to number 6. Asuka defeated Charlotte Flair. Asuka moves up to number 7. Charlotte Flair falls to number 3. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Sonya Deville. Number 1 contender, Billie Kay. Number 2, Mandy Rose. Number 3, Charlotte Flair. Number 4, Peyton Royce. Number 5, Carmella. Number 6, Lana. Number 7, Asuka. Number 8, Becky Lynch. And number 9, Naomi. In the SmackDown Tag Team Championship rankings, Gallows and Anderson defeated the Usos in non-title action. Gallows and Anderson remain champions, and the Usos fall to number 4. That was the only tag team matchup, so the SmackDown Tag Team Champions are Gallows and Anderson. Number 1 contenders, The New Day. Number 2, The Sanity. Number 3, The Bar. Number 4, The Usos. Number 5, The Colognes. And the U.S. title rankings. Jeff Hardy defeated Gerald. Hardy moves up to number 3. Gerald falls to number 3, so not too bad. Gerald not completely out of the U.S. title picture. With a win and some help next week, he could still end up facing Shelton Benjamin at TLC. Next week, if he is on the card, will be a must-win match for Gerald if he's going to have any chance of facing Shelton Benjamin for his U.S. title at TLC. So the U.S. title rankings are the U.S. champion, Shelton Benjamin. Number 1 contender, Rusev. Number 2, Jeff Hardy. Number 3, Gerald. Number 4, Aiden English. Number 5, R-Truth. And number 6, Andrade Cien Almas. In the WWE Championship rankings, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Rey Mysterio. Nakamura moves up to number 3. Mysterio falls to number 6. Daniel Bryan defeated AJ Styles. Bryan is number 1 contender. Styles remains champion. So the WWE Champion is AJ Styles, number 1 contender Daniel Bryan, number 2 The Miz, number 3 Shinsuke Nakamura, number 4 Randy Orton, number 5 Samoa Joe, and number 6 Rey Mysterio. And now it is time for our first ever NXT UK show. If you didn't hear the announcement recently, we have recently added the NXT UK brand, complete with they have a United Kingdom champion, which is currently Pete Dunne, a United Kingdom Women's Champion, which is currently Rhea Ripley, and United Kingdom Tag Team Championships, which are currently vacant and will be named in January at NXT TakeOver Blackpool. So any viewers that are from the UK that are interested in joining WITM, you now have the option of joining NXT UK to start off your WITM career here. But for now, we do not have any WITM members on NXT UK, so we will sim. And our very first NXT UK matchup is going to feature Noam Dar, the Scottish Supernova, also of 205 Live, taking a loss to the current number 1 contender to the UK Championship, Joe Coffey. In non-title action, Charlie Morgan picks up a victory over the United Kingdom Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Also in non-title action, Dave Mastiff picks up a victory over the United Kingdom Champion, Pete Dunne. And in our first main event for NXT UK, 2 men that are part of the original NXT as well face off, and with Danny Burch picking up a victory over Fabian Eichner. And how's that affect the rankings in our first rankings update for NXT UK? Let's find out. Starting with the UK women. Charlie Morgan defeated Rhea Ripley. That is a non-title victory. Rhea Ripley remains champion. Charlie Morgan is number 1 contender. The UK Women's Champion is Rhea Ripley. Number 1 contender, Charlie Morgan. Number 2, Isla Dawn. Number 3, Jenny. Number 4, Kayla Kelly. Number 5, Millie McKenzie. Number 6, Nina Samuels. Number 7, Toni Storm. And number 8, Shia Brookside. In the UK Tag Team Division, we not have a UK Tag Team match. Their rankings remain the same. The title is currently vacant. The number 1 contenders are British Strong Style. Number 2, Grizzled Young Veterans. Number 3, Gallus. Number 4, Williams and Jordan. And number 5, Andrews and Webster. In the United Kingdom Championship Division, Joe Coffey defeated Noam Dar. Joe Coffey remains number 1 contender. Noam Dar falls to number 6. Dave Mastiff defeated Pete Dunne. That is a non-title victory, which will overrule Joe Coffey's victory. So Dave Mastiff becomes the number 1 contender. Pete Dunne remains UK champion. Danny Burch defeated Fabian Eichner. Burch remains at number 3 because Coffey won as well. Eichner falls to number 5. The United Kingdom champion is Pete Dunne. Number 1 contender, Dave Mastiff. Number 2, Joe Coffey. Number 3, Danny Burch. Number 4, Ashton Smith. Number 5, Fabian Eichner. Number 6, Noam Dar. Number 7, Jordan Devlin. Number 8, Joseph Connors. Number 9, Ladero. Number 10, Mike Hitchman. Number Travis Banks. Number 14, Eddie Dennis. Now we move on to 205 Live. Will we see Andrew Spudstrong, who did manage to rise up to the number 1 contendership, in action tomorrow night? We will. It's going to be a huge matchup. He is going to be taking on the Cruiserweight champion, Lince Dorado, in non-title action. Their rivalry has been going on ever since late Season 3. It doesn't appear to be stopping anytime soon. And it's going to be a non-title matchup between the Cruiserweight champion Lince Dorado and his number 1 contender and longtime rival Andrew Spudstrong, accompanied by Bayley. Andrew will need to defeat the Cruiserweight Champion in order to remain number one contender to the Cruiserweight Champion tomorrow night at 11 o'clock for a combined 205 Live and NXT stream. That is going to do it for episode number 18. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you not miss a single WITM stream or posting. Check out the links in the description. The first is the WITM website. That's where you can find out how to become a WITM member for free and get your own custom character with custom entrants, custom storylines, custom promos, and custom movesets, etc. Check out the WITM Twitter as well for all the latest WITM news, announcements, and updates. Until episode number 19, tomorrow night at 11 for a combined 205 Live and NXT stream that will kick off with Andrew Spudstrong, the number one contender to the Cruiserweight Championship, taking on the Cruiserweight Champion Lince Dorado in non-title action. And then we'll finish things off with the NXT North American Champion AOT Master in action if he is booked. Until episode 19 featuring those two things tomorrow night. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.